Hi everyone, my name is Boyan. Welcome to my broadcast 3. I'm going to talk about 3 stories about me today. And first, I would like to talk about what do I worry most. I think I worry about the relationship with my parents since our relationship get worse. Before I came to Canada, I had promised to them that I would give them a phone call every week. However, I didn't do that because I think I'm a passive person, and also there are no something special and interesting that I need to share with them. So I just didn't give them a phone call, and they are pretty unhappy about that. They told me I just initially give them a call once a month, and that's too little. And also he complained about me about that I didn't tell them I had rented an apartment a few months ago, even though I had mentioned that. But they complained about um I didn't talk it in detail. Just simply mention, yeah, I rent an apartment, and that's it. They talk about we should have a more conversation, but actually I'm not really like to do that because I think it is just quite boring, and something I just and sometimes I just say a sentence, and they can say a lot. But I understand that because I know that they take care of me, and they love me. But I just can't somehow accept that. Moreover, just a few weeks ago, we often have an argument. Like just few weeks ago, I moved into the apartment, so I moved into the new apartment with my younger sister. So they asked for me to have a dinner with her together. However, I'm not willing to do that because I think I used to live alone and I have my personal diet habit. I usually like to eat out and take food back from restaurant, whereas my younger sister who like to cook food by herself, and and that is not what I want to. So we have a big argument, and my father said I don't care about my younger sister, but actually it is not. And anyway, the conversation is very unhappy, and we haven't been contacted since the argument begins. The second story I would like to talk about is a very memorable traveling experience. It happens 6 years ago in 2016. It was my first time coming to come to Canada, and I was very excited because it is also my first time to go abroad. In addition to other Asian country, I think there are a lot of similarity among those Asian countries in terms of culture and scenery. So I didn't get as exciting as I'm going I was going to Canada. During I still remember when I got off from the plane and got into Vancouver. The first impression is that the weather is awesome and so comfortable. The temperature is always maintained 22 to 25 degree, and there are a lot of chilling wind. Whereas in my hometown, Zhongshan, it's always extremely hot, and the summer lasts for a long time, can take up to 8 months every year. Moreover, even though my hometown is a coastal city, but the wind is so hot. Unlike the chilling wind in Vancouver, you won't enjoy the wind in my hometown. It is just like you standing beside a heating machine. That's so hot. Let us get back to the traveling. My destination is going to Banff, and during that trip, I saw a lot of huge and old trees in the environmental conservation. But what is most impressive is that there is a lake located in the center of those mountains. The lake is well known, called Louis Lake. Unlike other lake is blue color, the Louis Lake is green, and it's very still, just like a mirror laying on the ground. Next to the Louis Lake, there is a palace. It is very magnificent and classical palace. Inside of the palace, there are a lot of animal spacemen and a very tall lobby with beautiful ceiling and fancy carpet. Those are very attractive to me. Imagine living in this kind of palace, and you can enjoy the scenery every day when you wake up every day. Sorry, forgot to mention that there are some pictures for you guys. From the picture, you can see it is the Louis Lake, and it is surrounded by a lot of mountains. The view is just so amazing. And here is the palace. It is next to the Louis Lake, so every day when you wake up, you can look over the lake and also the mountain. That is the great scenery. So that is what I worry about, the relationship with my parents. So that is what I worry about, the relationship with my parents. The third story I would like to share is something that make me very angry. And this matter happens recently. As I mentioned that I had moved into a apartment a few weeks ago. At the beginning, I was very happy with this brand new apartment, with the fancy sofa and a comfortable bed. However, later I regret to rent this apartment because it is very noisy every single night. There's a factory just next to my apartment, and the machine just working every single night from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. It is pretty weird that the factory only works at night, and at the daytime it is pretty quiet. So I was very angry. I think I got cheated because this apartment is not as good as I thought. After that I decided to report this noisy case to the city of Burnaby, and at this point I have to thank you for the staff working in the city of the Burnaby, because they respond my case so quickly. I called to them at the morning and they respond me at noon. This investigator is called Andy. He called me at noon talking about that they have previously received this noisy case, and also he introduced the background of the factory. It is a milk. It is a milk plant, and it was founded in 1970. Because and my apartment, it is a new property, so at this point it is quite controversial. Because it was this area, it was a suburb area. That's why there's a factory here. But since the new property was built up here, and the factory create a lot of noise that affect a lot of people living in this community. And he also talked about he had officially emailed them to told them to take some measurement to limit the noise, but he is very honest to tell me that it may be not efficient. So in this case, he talked about he can't do more, and maybe he can't do more, and so he can't do more. But actually, that is what I expected already. I knew that it is a factory over there, and to solve this noisy case, the milk plant have to move, and which means the moving plan would take a long time. So I have already expect that I will still get this noisy disturbance. So right now I have to use earplug to help me get into sleep every night, and I'm waiting out the contract, and I will find a new apartment after that. Thank you for listening.